Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Casey for L Wrestling Takes, here to give you my honest review for tonight's AEW Dynamite. This was the Fallout show after All Out, and like I said in my review, All Out was one of their worst pay-per-views. They redeemed themselves with tonight's episode. Tonight's episode was a home run out of the park from start to finish. We got a new signee. We got another new signee. Man, this show was great. And everything was spread abroad. We didn't have back-to-back tag team matches or nothing like that. It was all, they took their time. They produced this episode great. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to dissect into this episode. So we begin the show with Tony Schiavone standing outside. And as he's talking, he said, "Welcome everybody to AEW. I'm standing outside talking." And as he's standing outside talking, both MJF and Chris Jericho both walk out together at the same exact time. And as they walk up together, they both compliment each other. They both say, "Hey man, listen, you was robbed." Chris Jericho first starts. He said, "MJF, you was clearly robbed. You should be right now standing here as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That John Moxley did was wrong." That's basically what he said, because you was cheated. And he called the referee a buffoon and all that stuff. And then MJF said the same thing about Chris. He said, "You had the nerve to go against that germ-infested, pocket-lame wrestler. You should be standing here with your victory." And they both said, "Pretty soon you will be a world heavyweight champion." So as they both said that, they both walked off. They both called each other losers. So somewhere down the line, that's a tease to let you know that they get ready to go at it. We just don't know when, but they kind of teased and let you know we're going to get MJF versus Chris Jericho, and I'm all for it. So the first match we open up with Jurassic Express versus the Lucha Bros. This was a great opener. They came out fighting, move here, moves there. For me, the spot of the night was when Phoenix was standing on the ropes and Luchasaurus caught him in the arm, by the neck, and he did this crazy choke slam where he swinged him over. And I said, "Man, that was a crazy move." This match is great. Everybody was going all over the place, doing all kind of crazy moves. But what happened, what cost the Lucha Brothers was by accident. Instead of power driving one of the members of Jurassic Express, we had my man Pentagon Jr. accidentally power drive his brother Phoenix. And I think, what's the boy, young man, Jungle Boy got the pin. I think one of them got the pinfall. And Jurassic Express had got the victory. So after that, as they go out, now we got, remember, this is Eddie Kingston's squad. We got Eddie Kingston watching his boys go at it. The brothers was about ready to duke it out. And he said, yo, what the heck is wrong with y'all? Y'all supposed to be brothers. He said, "Yeah, come on now. We got to cut this mess out. Cut this foolishness out. We need to quit. We like I said, listen, we supposed to be having all the gold." That's basically what he was saying. And so he said, hug it out, shake each other's hand. And they didn't want to. They was bugging. They was straight bugging, man. They was ready to duke it out. Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. was about to go at it. So then you had the Butcher and the Blade hop in there. So as they going, they finally get him to calm down. He got him to hug it out. He got him to shake each other's hand. But before Eddie Kingston finished, he hopped on the mic and he said, "Oh, by the way, I wasn't eliminated." So he put that out there on Front Street to let you know that he did not get eliminated from the Casino Battle Royale. So it shouldn't be Lance Archer going up against Moxley for the World Heavyweight Championship. It should be Eddie Kingston. So, be on the watch. So after that, we get Jake the Snake Roberts and Lance Archer cutting a great promo. It looked like it was chilling outside in the sun, talking about how after that Casino Battle Royale, we beat everybody in the locker room, and that we're going to basically destroy Moxley when we get a chance. Lance got to say something, and they both said, "We're not going to play around with this one." Like I said, we're going to destroy this dude. We're going to lay him out, put him down, because he's just done. And I liked it. It was straight to the point. Let you know we ain't got time to sit up here just lollygagging. We got unfinished business to do. And so, after that, we move on. Now, the moment that everybody was waiting on. Matt Hardy addresses the AEW fans. He addresses everybody, comes out. They cut to Reba. Reba was sitting over there with his youngest son. Matt Hardy basically said, due to that spot that happened, I got to take some time off. And I know he said he thanked the fans, he thanked everybody for the support that they've given him and everything. And he know he made a terrible mistake because that could have actually not only ended his career, that move could have ended his life. With his head and his neck hit, and he apologized to everybody. He apologized to everybody in the back. He apologized to the fans. But he did say, when I come back, I'm going to focus on getting the AEW championship. So he's going for the main title. And he ain't playing. So I love that promo from him. It was great, right to the point. And I pray for him to get a speedy recovery because he said when he come back, he ain't playing. So after that, we get to Angelico and Orange Cassidy. This was a great match. Like I said, Angelico, for y'all who don't remember him, he used to be on the Lucha Underground show. He used to be with Eva Lise and the other guy, the one that was supposed to be her boyfriend. I forgot his name. But this was a great match with him and Orange Cassidy. But Orange Cassidy gets the win. Now, right after Orange Cassidy gets the win, Orange couldn't even celebrate. Because who comes out? Santana and Ortiz. They come out immediately and started beating the brakes off of them. They started tearing them up. So obviously they not done with them. And then who comes to the rescue? The best friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta. They come to his rescue. And they standing out there. They standing with the fans out. They went all the way out there to the bleachers and everything. And they hopped on the mic and say, they said this. Oh, they said, so we're going to beat you up. We're going to beat you. We're going to do this. And we're going to end you and all that. And then the best friend said, well, you know what? We don't even have to have no match. We can fight right in the parking lot. So next week, those two are going to have it. They're going to have a parking lot brawl, backyard brawl, whatever they call it, parking lot brawl. They're going to be having a parking lot brawl, and it's going to be off the chain, man. I can't wait for it. So let's see. We go on. Oh, yeah. Now we have Alex Marvez. He's trying to get a word for the Young Bucks to figure out what the heck is going on with them. Knocks on their door, gets no nothing. Knocks again, he gets absolutely nothing. Then next thing you know, as he tries to knock, they open the door. And as soon as he opens the door, they both show up and they super kick. And you know you cannot touch a AEW a non-wrestling employee or AEW official. If you hit one of them, you're going to get fined. And later in the day, Tony Schiavone acknowledged that both the Young Bucks will be fined $5,000 each. So it's a total of $10,000 that they got to pay AEW management for hurting Alex Marvez. Okay, so next we get both Kip and Penelope Ford talking with Tony Schiavone, and as Tony was trying to talk to him, he said, "What y'all do? What you doing in the ring? We didn't ask you to be in here. Take your old behind back over there with the commentary team. We're gonna do this ourselves." So Kip talking all this mess. So he says, "All right, without further ado, let me bring you my best man." And as soon as he kept pointing to where the heels walk out, some big fat dude come walking out, and I guess his name was Puff. And he said, "What you doing out here?" We said, "Well, you say I'm the best man." He said, "No, I said you're the best man. I didn't say nothing about you being the best man. I said, take your big self on back." So he said, "Let's try this again. Without further ado, the best man is," and he's pointing to the heel entrance. Brian Pillman Jr. comes out. He said, "Hey, man, hey, I'm ready." He said, "Dude, what are you doing here? You remember the text message? You said I'm the best man. That's what you said. You said I am the best man." "No, I didn't. I said, well, you got to look at the text. The text says, no, you were the best. And first of all, we're not even really friends, man, so I really don't know what you're doing out here, so get out of here." So he kicked him to the curb. So he said, "All right, this is it. Final, without further ado, the best man." And then, so this blonde head guy come walking out. I'm looking, I said, "Who is this dude?" And then when he finally gets from the smoke, we have the AEW debut of our man, formerly known as Rusev, going by his real name, Miro. Rusev Day has arrived to AEW. Y'all, I pop like a mug. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Rusev Day has made his AEW Dynamite debut, and it's great. So obviously he's going to be Kip Sabian and Penelope before his best man. But now you know what, y'all, this is just too funny. This is funny because last I checked, wasn't his wife involved in some kind of messed up, jacked up wedding? I'm telling you, AEW is petty as possible. It's very petty. It's funny how Lana was involved with that mess with Bobby Lashley, and now he's involved with this best man stuff. It's just crazy. So it's good to see Rusev on the show. He cut an X in the promo, and he took a shot at Vince, but I don't mind. I don't mind he took a shot at him. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, here they go, always take a shot. Look, listen, when you've been stuck at a prison for how long and the cats that run the prison don't give a crap about you whatsoever, you got every right to take a shot at them. And I loved it. I loved it. He said something about take your brass rings and shove it up. You know what? I said, I love that promo. That promo was great. So Miro Day has arrived in AEW. All right. So let's roll. So after that, we got Tony Schiavone sitting down with Hangman Page, and he's asking him where's his head after they just recently lost the AEW Tag Team titles. And he said, you know what, man, I really don't know right now. I feel like everything is, he said, everything is my fault. And, you know, you have that good chemistry with your friends and you let something go because you do a couple of dumb things and I messed up. He basically said the reason why we're not tag team titles today, tag team champs, is because I messed up. And I love that they would show the little clips here and there. This has been the best storyline AEW has produced yet, and I love it, man. I love it. This is great storytelling. AEW got this down pat. They got it down pat. So he was talking about maybe somewhere down the line I can reconcile things with me and Kenny and the Bucks, and me and him can go back up for the tag team titles. And basically that's how the interview ended. So he had fessed it up that he made a terrible mistake, you know. So after that, we got MJF with his cabinet team addressing his loss, said that he should be standing here today as your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, but you had John Moxley, who he called a Scorpion, and he said he clearly cheated. He did use the paradigm shift when he was not supposed to. But you know what? You had to learn things because it's like chilling with a scorpion. You know if you chill with a scorpion, the scorpion is going to bite you. But so due to that, he decided to fire his entire campaign team because he said this whole thing was whack. I didn't need it. And he fired all of them. So the first one to go was my man Big Shorty Lee, a.k.a. Lee Johnson. First one to go. Then the young lady, he basically ridiculed her, called her ugly to her face, and had her crying walking off. Then the dude with the face mask, he walked up and gave him, I guess, some gum or something. He dipped out. Then the other guy left. So after that, who was left standing there? Warlow, and Warlow looked like he had some tensions. Warlow looked like he wanted to beat him up. And MJF said, whoa, slow down. He said, you got an issue with me? What's your issue? He said, you know, I should have fired you for that, what you did last night, or at All Out. I should have fired you. But you know what? If I would have fired you, you and your whole family would be out on the streets because Tony Khan does not pay your check. I write your checks. So they giving you the tensions between the two of them. So somewhere down the line, we're going to get MJF versus Warlow. So he basically said, do we have a problem? And he said, yes, sir. So basically, he put him back in check. I'm like, listen, man, look, Warlow's starting to become one of my favorites, man. I'm serious. I can't wait to see his babyface run. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man. So after that segment, we got Moxley cutting a promo talking about his retaining the title. And he said, you know, as long as he's been AEW champ, he's seen that he had to go through all kind of BS and garbage because he said his title run it just keeps harder and harder. And now the fact that he has to go against Lance, he said it just got even harder. Son of a B. And he said, you know what? It is what it is. If I had to keep climbing mountains, so be it. And he said, hey, that's basically what he said. He basically said, if I got to keep fighting all these evil, jacked up battles or whatever, I go through it. So pretty decent promo for him. So after that, we got the tag team celebration party of FTR and Tully Blanchard. They got a cake in there. They got the beers in there. And everybody from the tag team division was standing around the ring out there to basically listen to them cut promos. Tully Blanchard said that these titles or FTR is extremely great. They're the best tag team champions out there. He gave props to John Moxley. He said, well, John Moxley is the greatest AEW champion. FTR is the greatest tag team champs. And he said, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that this division is great, that these titles are off the chain. And so then the members of FTR started talking. I get them mixed up. I don't know if Dax started talking first or Cash started talking. And so they went around the whole, arena or ring, because all the tag teams was standing around them. And they started with who they started with. I think they started with who they started with. Oh, they started with SCU, and they said how great SCU was. And they said, 20 years ago, we watched you guys growing up. But I'm like, wait a minute, they look like they about to, well, I know at least with Kazari, they look like they about the same age as Kazari. They talking like they some old whippersnappers or something like that. And they pretty much, so they started disrespecting them. Then they went over here and said, well, we got guys like Private Party. And as soon as he's finna say something about Private Party, they said, no. So pretty much disrespected them. Then they ran all the way over there to Jurassic Express. And they said, since you guys actually won tonight, we're going to give you guys a shot. But here's the deal. The only way we'll give you a shot at our titles, you must beat us next week in a non-title match. And if you win, you'll get your championship shot. So they started basically rumbling with them, and then everybody basically got in there, basically started to beat the brakes off of them. So they sent them packing, left them with the cake. So basically all the other tag teams started eating on their cake with them just looking goofy. They sent them packing. So like I said, FTR is about to make this tag team stuff worth its while. I'm glad they got their titles. We're going to see. We're going to see how this turned out, man. You know what I'm saying? So next week we getting FTR versus Jurassic Express. So right after that, we get Taz joining the fellas on commentary, and I already knew what was going to happen. So as he's out there, he's talking about, hey man, you hear that? You hear that? And this Darby Allin's music going on, but it's really not Darby Allin. It's my man Ricky Starks coming out cutting a great promo, basically talk about how Darby Allin is dead, and that if he ever decides to come back, he's going to even beat him up even more. And like I said, this Ricky Starks dude is great on the mic. Like I said, this young man is great. I enjoy listening to him. I enjoy seeing him in the ring. That's a star in the making, man. Like I said, he's a future TNT champion. I'm serious. Future, who knows? Might be a future AEW champion. Booked right. You know what I mean? So, like I said, after that, we get to the women's match, which is AEW's new signee, Taya Conti, and she went against Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero in her corner. This match was very good. This young lady, Taya, I've never seen the wrestler before. But her and Nia put on an excellent match. Like I say, man, it was real quick to the point, let you know, and she struggled with her. Nyla struggled with Taya. It was like, man, I was like, wow. I said, okay, this young lady, she got it. She got it, but it just wasn't enough. Taya ends up beating her. Nyla Rose ends up beating her, and after she started beating her, Vicky gonna get on the mic talk about, hey, excuse me, all that excuse me nonsense. So she get on the mic talk about excuse me, and as she talk about we gonna be running through the women's division, and that she's the #1 contender, and that she will be facing Sheeta the next time around. So I guess out of the woodwork, Nyla Rose has a rematch clause that she put in, so she gonna be going against Sheeta. Well, Sheeta comes out after she started beating up on Taya. Sheeta comes out the woodwork with her kendo stick to start to beat the brakes off of. And, well, she didn't beat the brakes off of, but she basically had that kendo stick to try to come to her rescue and everything. So, we're going to see how it is. They first match is very good. I'm pretty sure the second match they will have is be very good as well. So, after that, JR decides to sit down with Kenny to get where his head is. And Kenny basically told him, JR, I'm going to be honest with you, man. When I first came to AEW, I really had intentions on being the man. He basically said that. I basically was thinking I was going to be the first inaugural AEW champion, and I was going to run through this company and be all that. But then I lost my way. And then I decided to, I'm going to hook up with this Hangman guy. And me and him decided to go on a phenomenal run. It was a great run, But at All Out, I noticed that we did have something. We had some kind of chemistry, but after a while, I started to know this Hangman guy is just not for me. There's something not right about this guy, and I just don't see myself reuniting with him. And I know he's probably thinking about trying to reconcile with me and the Bucks, but as a him, he might as well just focus on being a singles, because that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to focus on my singles career. That's basically what he told JR. And a lot of fans was thinking early today on his Twitter page or Instagram he put up a picture of the cleaning guy, Mr. Clean. Now, for people who don't know what that is, that's a reference to when he was in New Japan Wrestling. His heel gimmick was called the Cleaner or something like that. So the fact that he teased that, everybody was expecting him to either find Hangman and do whatever move on him, but they didn't. It was just an interview process, and I loved it, man. I'm telling you, AEW, the storytellings that they do, it keeps you hooked. Like I said, it makes me feel like I'm watching old school wrestling from back in the day, like how Raw and SmackDown used to be. But AEW is kicking the WWE's can when it comes to the storytelling. I love it. Great segment. I love it. So after that, we get to the main event. And before the main event, they basically talked about the stacked lineup that's going to be on next week's episode, which is stacked. They got all kind of stuff going down. I forgot everything was happening, but there's a lot of mess that's about to pop off. And due to the playoffs, AEW may not be coming on Wednesday night. So we're going to find out if they're coming on Thursday or they're completely different day. So we get to the main event. The main event, Brody Lee putting his NXT, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, y'all. This ain't WWE right now. TNT Championship on the line against Dustin Rhodes. And I knew this match was going to be great. Brody Lee was struggling with Dustin. Made the man look good. They clotheslined each other, kicking each other, doing everything. Man, this match was amazing. I loved it. I love this match. But I knew Dustin wasn't winning. Mr. Brody Lee gets the victory. And he's just laying there, just sitting there because he knew, man, I couldn't put this Dustin guy down. So after he's finishing, he started on the mic talk about, I hope you stay home, Cody. I hope you stay home, or some kind of nonsense. So the Dark Order and him started about ready to start beating the brakes off of him. QT Marshall comes to the ring, tries to do something, he gets laid out. Oh, and by the way, with the situations going on with what's the young man? Colt Cabana. Brody Lee is still mad at him for what he did because they lost that match at All Out. So Evil, he told him to tell him get him out of here. So he told Evil, we got to walk to the back. So he couldn't stay out there. So Brody Lee is still mad at him, and you know what? He got every right to be upset. So they end up laying out Dustin. QT Marshall got laid out, kicks him in the nuts, and AEW goes off. And after that, they had a breaking news from Cody Rhodes. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he about to talk about the up and coming TV show for AEW. Their second show is coming. No, this fool started talking about some dumb man game talent show. That's basically it looked like a rip-off version of America's Got Talent, but it's gonna be on TBS. You got Snoop Dogg, Rosa Dario, Rosario Dario, whatever, Jennifer Nettles, him, and then some other clown. That's gonna be the host. It looked cheesy as heck. I mean, people gonna be doing some weird talent. You gotta have talent to be on this show. So obviously, this is what Cody is gonna be off TV for. As you can see, that's why he got beat down. He got beat down because he gonna be on this TV show that starts on. They didn't give a date, but it's coming to TBS. So, like I said, for me, this was a excellent episode of Dynamite. I'm serious from start to finish. Oh my goodness, y'all! I forgot all about the tag team match. Hold on, let me go ahead. I forgot about it, y'all. Chris Jericho, Jake Hager versus Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. Now, let me tell y'all something. There is a demographic that watches AEW because of what Sonny Kiss represents. There's a lot of people I know that can't stand Sonny Kiss. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the man he's gay, but he's black. And some of the stuff that man be doing, it's just not everybody's cup of tea. Let's be real with you. But the match for me, this is me. This is my personal opinion. The match they had was pretty decent. Joey, Jake, Chris, him, they all did their thing. Now, like I said, I'm not for all that splits. I'm not for all that dumb stuff. I told you, I don't want to see a grown man shaking his butt, doing splits, all that stuff. But what I seen from this match, outside of all that dumb stuff, The match was good, y'all. It was a good match. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Sonny Kiss ain't everybody's cup of tea. He's just not. And you know, I know people when it comes to reviewing him and reviewing that match, it is a slippery slope because you do not want to come across as what they say, a homophobe, all this stuff and everything. You know, or quote unquote racist is what they say because he's a black dude and all that stuff. But like I said, it's a demographic. Sonny Kiss brings the LGBTQ to the TV sets for people who watch AEW. You know, and Sonny Kiss ain't going nowhere, whether you like him or not. He's gonna be on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he ain't everybody's cup of tea. Like I said, he not my cup of tea, but like I said, the match here, it was a decent match. Chris Jericho and them ended up winning. And you know, that's that, man. So, like I said, at the end of the day, this was a great episode of AEW. Like I said, you know, some people they didn't like that segment. But I liked how everything was spaced out. You didn't have back-to-back tag team matches. You had a match. You had a couple of promos. Then you had a match. Then you had more promos. Then you had a match. It was like everything glued together. And it's letting you know that this is a new season of AEW. Here we go. So, like I said, y'all, what do y'all think, man? This your boy KC for L Wrestling It Takes. What did y'all feel about the show? Tell me in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Or you like me and you are very excited that they had a bounce back. They redeemed themselves from All Out. Hey, it is what it is. Holla at me.